everyone, Linda here. I'm working on some artist trading cards that are vintage Christmas, and I needed to add one more thing to it, and I wanted to add a little charm to it. So what I did is I printed this digital image from Fred, she said, website that I bought this image for. And I'm going to color it with Sharpie markers, and then I'm going to shrink it down to a charm. It will look like this when it's done, because that's one of the ones that I finished. So this is another sheet that I'm going to start coloring, and here's one that's colored. What I used, like I said, was Sharpie markers, and I used a silver, blue, red, and green one on it. And then I went over the black lines a little bit with the black just to make them pop. And then it turns out like this. So after I color it, then what I need to do is shrink it. And I have my craft mat here. I have some cardboard underneath it. So what I did is I shadow cut around the image. Then I took my crocodile and punched a hole, the smallest hole up there, so that I'll be able to string it onto something when I'm ready to add it to the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my heat tool and shrink this. Now it's going to all curl up and look like it's a mistake, but it'll uncurl and it'll look really cool. It's just so much fun to do. You can do it in the oven. That's the way they're supposed to be done, but you can also do it with your heat tool, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to get started here. So now it's all going to curl up, and it's going to look like, oh no, I made a mistake, but it'll uncurl. Alright, so there you see it. That's the first time one's ever run away from me. But there it is. I got to let it cool a little bit before I pick it up because it's still a little soft. So if you do it with a heat tool and you want to put the hole in it, you can still do it real quick while it's warm. But see, it's already getting cool, so it's going to be nice and hard. But it's so much fun. I just love making them curl all up and then uncurl. It goes from this size all the way down to that size, and you know, the color and stuff is still pretty good. I'll take my little spatula here because it's still a little warm, but it is just so much fun. And so then it makes like a nice little charm to add to your cards or to your scrapbook pages or whatever you want to use it for. I took a piece of cardboard, kind of thick. This was in packaging of books when I taught school that was just going to be thrown away. And I covered it with 2 pieces of Christmas paper, and I inked the edges with Tim Holtz Distress Forest Moss. And I did the same thing to this piece of graphic 45 paper. On the other side, there's these cute little vintage stickers that, well, they look like stickers or stamps, but it's cardstock. And put this one here like this. And then I'm going to take these little images from the other side of the paper, and I'm just going to do a little inking on them with Vintage Photo. I just love all these little images. They're just so sweet. And then I'm going to decide which one I want on top. I think I want her on top. This one here, like this, and then she'll go on here like that. Then I'm going to take some of the lace that I got, my big lace haul. Here's the lace that I'm using. And I'm just going to put a little piece across here, and I'm going to use some hot glue. So I want it to go across like that. So I'm going to cut it off here, and then I'll trim it down. Put a little bit of hot glue across here. And stick the lace on. I want to make sure it's long enough on both sides, and then I'll just trim that off like this. Now what I want to do is put my flower on here, and this is a I Am Roses flower that was pink, and I just used cherry cobbler Stampin' Up ink and a water pen and colored it. So I'm going to put that right there, and I just, curled the wire. More hot glue. Put that like that. Then I have these little candy canes that I got, and they have like a little loop in the top, like a charm. And I'm just going to stick that right there. Then I'm going to put my little charm on here, and I've taken my charm and put a little bit of green yarn on it, and I think I want that just to hang down like that too. So I think I'm just going to put a knot on it. A lot of glue. I'm going to stick that up under here too. Like I probably should have put it on before I put the candy cane on. There's a flower on there. So there you have it. Oh, I guess I'm not done. I need to put my Be Merry on there. So I'm going to use my little punch thing, and I have black tape in there. So I'm going to do B, E, and I'm going to cut that out, and then it flips right up, and I'm going to put that there, B, oh, and it's Be Merry I put on them because it's Merry Christmas, and B, R, R, Y, and then go to cut. I just think this is the funnest little tool. Alright, and so then you just push them back and forth, and they peel off, and they're very sticky, which I was surprised because I'm sure this is very old. Now you can't see my vintage there. The little ornament is kind of a vintage ornament too, and I don't remember if I said, but this is for Creative Digital Art Center's swap, artist trading card swap, vintage artist trading cards. So I'm having a little trouble with the littler they are, the harder they are to peel off, I guess. And I'm just going to stick that there, and there's my finished card. Now I just need to do a little on the back for the name of the swap and my name and information. But there you have it. Hope you like it. Leave a comment if you can. Thanks. Bye-bye.